I've been wanting to make a video about my medical situation for a while now. I've mentioned on the devlogs on and off that I have some troubles with my hands, and yeah, I think it's time I clear everything up. It's something I've been wanting to talk about. So I thought I'd take you guys on a walk. You know, sometimes when you want to talk about something with a friend, you go on a relaxing stroll with them. I consider you guys friends, so I thought I'd take you guys along on a walk. I came to this really nice place in my city. It's kind of a foresty area, I guess, and yeah, perfect way to go on a walk and tell you guys about everything. To start at the beginning, we have to go back to 2013. I was starting a new job, a game dev job, and yeah, it was pretty good. I was kind of happy to have found this job because I didn't study to become a game developer at all. So yeah, life was pretty good. I was also doing a lot of sports. I was doing bike trials, which is this funky sport on a bicycle. And yeah, I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff, jumping off roofs. But yeah, as it turns out, things can change very suddenly. So I started to get some pain in my lower arm at some point. And yeah, it makes sense. I was working a lot of hours. I was doing a lot of overtime actually. We had a project that had some problems, so I had to come in at the weekends and work from 9 till 10 at night. So it made sense that I was getting this pain in my arm. But yeah, it just wouldn't go away. Normally when you rest it goes away, but this just kept getting worse even if I did try to rest. So at first it just took a whole workday before I would get pain, but then it would be after 5 hours, then it would be after 3 hours, and in the end it was after just 15 minutes of using the computer that my arm would kind of lock up. It would kind of feel like it was turning to stone, which is obviously not happening, but that's how it felt. My arm just tensed up a lot and it was just not usable pretty much. So I was hoping things would just go away as quickly as they came. It seemingly came out of nowhere, but yeah, it wouldn't go away in the same way as it came. So in the end, my boss had to let me go, and it makes sense. I couldn't work anymore, so nothing could be done. So now I was kind of at home and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't use a computer. I had this dream of making games that I couldn't follow anymore, and it was obviously quite a stressful time. Yeah, I'm not a quitter. You see these stories of people sometimes who lost a leg or lost an arm, and they found their way back into their sports or their hobby. So yeah, I was just kind of trying to find a way to get back into making games. So I tried to use different types of mice, computer mice, I'm not sure what you call them. That all wouldn't work. I was also starting to get pain in my fingers as well. It started off with my arm, but clicking the mouse would also be uncomfortable. So yeah, that didn't work. So in the end, I found out that using a Windows tablet was doable. It was really slow, and I still would have to take breaks every few hours, but I could use it. I could run all the applications that I needed to make games. So yeah, I was pretty happy. After a few months, I could finally make games again. So I started at a friend's company. He needed a programmer. I did an internship with him. He was an artist and he needed a programmer. So yeah, we started a company and we made a game, his game. It was not my idea, it was his idea. But yeah, I was completely fine. I just wanted to make games. So we made the game. It took about a year or two, I can't exactly remember. I think we launched it in 2015, so it must have been 2 years. And in these 2 years, I was hoping for this to just go away as quickly as it came. I was hoping it would just fade, or that I would find out what's causing this and it would just be something silly. But yeah, the doctors were not that much help, to be honest. They just kept saying it's stress. And at some point they even started to say, you need to stop searching what's wrong, which I think is very strange for a doctor to say. because I knew something was up. I knew after 2 years, this is not a small issue, something serious is going on. So yeah, we finished this game, and in these 2 years, you start to think a lot about life, about things you can do and things you can't do anymore, and yeah, things weren't looking very positive. My arm problem was getting worse every day. The time that I could work was going down, and the time it took for my arm and my fingers to hurt was getting lower. So yeah, it wasn't looking very positive. And at this point, I started to think pretty much YOLO. You only live once. You don't know what's gonna happen with you in the future. The problem with my hand, it came out of nowhere. From one moment to the next, I pretty much lost everything, kind of my dream, making games. So I was starting to think, I need to follow the dreams that I have now. I don't know what's gonna happen, I need to do it now. So I started my own company and I started making my own games. And yeah, the game I started working on is Spirit Sphere, which is out on Steam and Nintendo Switch. So yeah, somehow I did it. I made my game. It definitely was not an easy road because working on this tablet was just so slow, and I had to do the arts, I had to do the programming. Fortunately, I had someone who could do the music. I was not into music yet at this point. But yeah, every day of working on this game, I can't say it hurt, I can't say it was painful, but it was definitely uncomfortable every day. But yeah, that's kind of the message I want to get across in this video. You don't know what lies ahead, you don't know what lies around the corner. And if you have a dream, if you have a dream destination, a travel destination, someplace you want to visit, or a project you want to do, or a career you want to pursue, do it now. Really, you don't know what's gonna happen. And yeah, it always takes a significant event to realize this. For me, it was losing the mobility in my hand and in my arm to realize. So yeah, if you have a dream, follow it now. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, next week, next year. And especially if you're young and you don't have a family or other commitments that you cannot push aside. If you have a dream, follow it now. So starting my own company and making Spirit Sphere was one of the dreams that I was able to pursue. I guess I could say thanks to this problem that I had. So yeah, with this feeling of things getting worse, there were a lot of other things that I kind of pursued. I knew that my hands were getting worse, and I was thinking, is there anything I want to do with these hands before I completely lose the ability to use them? And one thing I always wanted to try was play a musical instrument. So I started playing the Ocarina, the nerdiest instrument of all, of course. And it turns out that I really love playing music. I'm so happy that I was able to find this thing. I had this kind of void left over from having to give up bike trials. And I think at this point I can say that playing music has definitely filled that void. And I love playing music as much as I love doing bike trials. So besides making games and playing music, there was one more thing I always wanted to do, but I was always too scared, and that's to hop on a plane and go to Japan. Specifically, the plane part was kind of frightening to me. Yeah, I'm kind of a scaredy cat when it comes to traveling, especially staying at a new place. I just get kind of scared when I have to sleep in a strange bed. But yeah, it was now or never. I felt like because I was sick and I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't know if I could still walk with this thing in my arm go to my legs. I wasn't sure. So yeah, it was now or never. I wanted to go to Japan, which is pretty fittingly since we're walking next to this bamboo in the Netherlands. I've never seen wild bamboo in the Netherlands, but yeah, apparently we have it over here. So I took my dream trip to Japan, and once again, it turned out that I really loved it, and I kind of have a new dream that I can follow now, which I can do despite all my health problems, which is to live in Japan. It is kind of difficult because it's hard to make money when you're sick. I can work, but since it's so slow, it's really hard to get a steady income. I try to do commissions from time to time, but since I cannot take a lot at the same time, I have to be really careful with deadlines, because if I get pain in my arm and there's a deadline, I have to keep working, and I really don't want to do that. But somehow I managed to do all these things: make my game, play music, and go to Japan. So my message is, once again, follow that dream. If you have that dream, follow it. If I can do it despite all these problems and all these obstacles, then you can do it as well. And that's kind of the message I want to make in this video. So where am I at now? You might have noticed that devlogs are getting fewer, and that's because, I just cannot work as much as I want to. Especially in the last 2 years, the problem with my hands has gotten really bad. I actually cannot play games anymore. I stopped playing games about 3 months ago. The discomfort that I have just isn't worth the pleasure that I get anymore. Before, the discomfort-pleasure ratio was still okay. The pleasure I would get was high enough that I could tolerate the discomfort, but now the discomfort is so big that I just cannot enjoy playing these games anymore. And I hope that this will change in the future, but I'm not sure. So since things have gotten so bad, I actually went to the doctor, and I got kind of mad that they didn't help me all those years ago. It's already 8 years ago now. So I got mad, and they really took me more seriously this time, and I got a lot of examinations. I got an MRI scan, and it's still ongoing, but there's 2 doctors who think I might have dystonia, but I'm not sure, but it would explain a lot of things. So I'm still not gonna give up on my dreams. I still want to make games. I'm still gonna try to do it, but it's just very slow right now. So I was working on Procuro Pels at first, and then I realized this project is too big. I cannot finish this. I have to do something smaller. So I started Carry Me Melody, thinking I could finish this game, but then my hand got worse again. And I realized again, I'm not sure if I can finish this game. And now I started Flute, which is a mobile application. And this is actually already playable. This is such a small scope. I think I can do this. And if I cannot do it, then this project is really easy to scope down. So hopefully I can finish this project. But my future still doesn't look very positive. If I do have this dystonia thing, my hands probably will never get better. I already kind of gave up hope that they will get better. So if I do completely lose mobility in my hands, I have to plan ahead on what I want to do. And one thing I want to try is to make more vlogs, and specifically Japan vlogs, since I really love Japan a lot. And I keep visiting all these cool places, and I always kind of feel like I missed out by not being able to share this. So that's what I might be doing in the future, but I do want to finish one of my 3 projects, which is Procuro Pels, Carry Me Melody, or Flute. Ideally, I'd finish the 3 of them, but I don't think that's gonna happen, and if I can finish just one, I'll be happy. So I think that's about it for this video. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I'm not that comfortable in front of a camera, so I'm sorry if this video is a bit uncomfortable. I'm gonna try to practice this vlogging thing to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and maybe I can bring you some more vlogs in the future, either about game dev or about Japan. So if you watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for your patience. It must have been a long video at this point. And I also want to shout out to everyone who left a donation recently for me on coffee. I got an unexpected bill, and yeah, things were really bad. I had only $20 in my bank account. I really didn't know how I was gonna get out of this, but some people left donations, and some people left some pretty big donations, $100 plus, which is absolutely insane. So thanks everyone who made a donation for me. You really saved my ass. I really cannot stress this enough. You completely saved my butt. Without your donation, I probably had to close down Aintorn, my company. So thanks so much. And thanks for watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the future, either in a game dev vlog or a Japan vlog. So thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.